Hey everyone, so I've been spending the day welding because you may remember, or if you watch Sam Town's channel, he has a friend who does laser cutting, and I designed a couple of things, one of which is the guillotine tool, which Sam actually has shown you building his. I've just finished building mine, but the other thing was a new fire pot, because my fire pot is pretty small, and I wanted a new one that was both bigger and had a couple of key features that really works well with the style of forging that I do. So I thought I'd do a quick video to show you how it turned out. So there's the blacksmith's guillotine, or blacksmith's friend. Everyone knows what they're like. You've seen Sam's anyway, so it's on a hardy shank, and it's got a set of dies. Fantastic. Really looking forward to putting that to use. So we've got butchering dies here. We got square dies and rounded dies for fullering. This was really the main event. This is my new fire pot. Now, a couple of design features that really make it good for me is one of them here. You notice that the fire pot is square. It won't stay square. It's actually going to be filled with refractory to create the funnel leading down to the tuya. I like to do that because if something happens to my fire pot, if it burns out, for example, or I spill some slag in it or something that I don't want to do, because I do casting as well, I can actually just chip out the refractory and do it again. And this thing is going to outlast me. It's all 6mm steel. Now, where the tuya entry is, you can see this is actually a removable die. It goes down in there. Means that if this burns out, I can replace it, or if I need more airflow or less airflow, more ash dump or less ash dump, I can just make a new one and it sits in there. So you'll have to forgive the terrible welding. If I was good at welding, this channel would be called Valhalla Boilermaker. But you'll notice that excuse my hand there, the airflow tube is actually going up at an angle, and that way when it enters here it's more likely to flow upwards. And very hard, it's very dark in there so it's hard to see, but it actually sticks out central to the tuya, not all the way but probably a third of the way in, and aims up, creating better air ventilation and minimizing blast out down the bottom around the edges of the ash dump. Now my ash dump here, a nice big heavy roller bearing there, nice welded hinge. Now this is actually on a sort of a balanced seesaw system. The weight of this and the weight of this have been chosen specifically so that when it's down, it stays down, but if I pull it up past about 45 degrees, it will swing open and the ash dump will hang. So I can either have it up or down without actually having any sort of clockwork mechanism. It's just a seesaw system which balances very nicely. Now this whole thing is very large, as you can see, like that's my hand in the middle of it. It is a foot square and it weighs about 12 kilos. I don't know what that is in pounds or freedom units, but if somebody knows, drop it down in the comments. But I'm really stoked to be using this and be done with my tiny little riveting forge. So the next time you see it, it'll have refractory, creating that funnel shape. If you're wondering on the depth of that, don't know what it would be in inches. I suppose it's about 3 inches. I like a nice shallow fire pot so that I can actually mound and then run things through, rather than having, I've seen some people have some ridiculously deep fire pots, and it really means you have to put stuff down in there or massively ramp up your airflow, both the speed and volume of air. I like to hand crank my forges, so a shallower fire pot of, this is about, yeah, I'd say about 3 inches deep, is all I need and more. Especially working on longer bars, I can just lay them on top and get nice wide heats of, it should be about 6-7 inches of heat at a time. That'd be fantastic. Very much looking forward to this. So yeah, next time you see it, it'll actually be mounted in its base, which will hopefully be very large, because I'm tired of using, I mean, this fire pot is the size of my entire old forge, which you can see over there. So having a nice big table with it will really help do a bit of coal management while I'm working, and less constrictive. So yeah, came out great. Thanks for popping by. I know that this isn't the most amazing quality video, but as you can see, I am kind of packing and moving at the moment. The shop is in quite a state, bit of a sad state, but it's the way it is. Everybody hates moving. So yeah, check out my Etsy store, my Facebook, Instagram, Redbubble. A few of you have bought t-shirts after the last video, so that was really cool to see. Thanks for that. Send me photos when you get them and you wear them. Send me photos. I'll do a video showing them, because I like seeing people wear my stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you guys hopefully on the next video, if there is a next video before I leave, but we'll see. I hope you're all having fun and stay safe. Forge on.